You don't have to lose yourself in order to connect with others. Sensitive people often learn very early how to be present for others, how to offer support. They sense the atmosphere, the unspoken tension, the pain of others even before a single word is spoken. This is a profound gift and at the same time a burden. The difficulty begins where no one taught us how to be attentive to others without giving up ourselves in the process. We were taught to adapt, to endure, to not be a burden to others. And so sensitivity slowly became intertwined with self-abandonment, even though the two are not the same. Compassionate presence is not an obligation. Many sensitive people show up in others' lives as if it were an inner duty, as if they always had to be available, attentive, responsive, holding others together. But genuine, honest presence does not come from pressure. It comes from your actual capacity in that moment. You are not less lovable because you sometimes grow tired. And you are not required to give the same amount all the time. Periods of silence and distance are not rejection, they are self-protection. Because you can only give when there is something to give, when you allow yourself to recharge your energy and attention, when you tend to yourself as well. Sensitivity is not an unlimited resource. Many of us learned as children that empathy meant feeling everything, letting everything in, being endlessly available. What we should have been taught instead is that you can be compassionate without taking everything on as your own. You can listen without carrying someone else's burden. You can be present without losing yourself in their pain. This, however, is extremely difficult to learn, and in certain situations, not always possible to practice perfectly. Mature presence is very easy to confuse with self-abandonment. Self-abandoning presence is when your attention is entirely focused on the other person, when you stop listening to your body and ignore your inner signals. Sensitive presence without self-abandonment also involves attuning to the other, but at the same time, remaining attuned to yourself. You notice how your body feels when your stomach tightens, when your energy begins to fade. You recognize when it's time to rest, to replenish. Your inner stability and balance depend on this. If they collapse, you won't be able to give. Not until you restore yourself first. Not every emotion is an invitation. It's important to recognize that not every situation or emotional state requires compassionate engagement. Some forms of difficulty or pain only need to be seen, and then they are ready to move on. Sensitive people, however, often stay too long. They take on too much for too much time, and eventually slip into rescuer mode. They try to hold others even where it is no longer needed. Mature, non-self-abandoning presence means that you don't take on the other person's burden or emotions too deeply. You offer attention, you listen, you make your presence felt without fully identifying with what they are carrying. This boundary is incredibly hard to maintain. Often, only a hair's breadth separates being fully pulled in from offering help while still honoring healthy limits. Compassionate presence without self-abandonment. You might think the greatest obstacle is guilt, the belief that setting boundaries will hurt someone, that not responding immediately will be experienced as abandonment. But these are healthy boundaries. You are not on constant standby, you are available, and at the same time, you are caring for yourself. Your boundaries are expressions of love toward yourself and toward others, because they allow you to remain responsible and grounded. Don't forget, You can be compassionate without giving yourself up. Sensitive presence does not mean carrying everything. It means knowing what you do not need to carry while still being able to help. And when you allow yourself this, your energy doesn't drain away. Instead, you can support others with a deeper, more honest, and more sustainable presence.